let's do this. Casually explain the levels of AI. Oh, I remember this one on the left.
This video is sponsored by Incognate. With the advent of smartphones, computers, virtual reality, and now AI applications like ChatGPT and Midjourney, we're all finally starting to learn that science fiction has really just been science prediction all along. And nothing is more at the center of that than the advancement of artificial intelligence. So I thought we could look at the levels of AI, starting from basic code all the way up to its potential and perhaps frightening future. Level 1. Clippy. At the lowest level of artificial intelligence, we have Clippy. This little guy is a rules-based system, or what we're familiar with as basic computer script. Scripts are essentially commands that say, if this happens, do that. If that happens, do this. If you're not familiar with Clippy, good for you, because don't let his cute little magic carpet fool you, he's actually deranged. If Clippy were a person, he'd walk up to you unannounced and say, you look like you're trying to be pretty. You'd be prettier if you smiled more. Then regardless of your response, his next line in the script was always,
Clippy
"You're welcome.
was honest.
Would you like more tips?" This level of artificial intelligence is of course not scary at all. It in fact makes you stupider for having interacted with it. Level 2. A bit smarter than Clippy, but still at a low level of artificial intelligence, we have Reddit top comments. While Reddit top comments are made by humans, comments that get upvoted are not
Haven't had sex, but
not upvoted because they're correct,
Casually
but because
explained.
they sound correct. If you don't know about a certain subject, you'll be reading top comments all day thinking
By
you're
the
learning
way,
a lot,
this video is
until you
by
click their
Casually
profile and
Explained.
realize you're taking legal advice from a 17-year-old Minecraft streamer. This phenomenon is caused by how Reddit
the name
highlights
of the
posted
channel.
articles, which is based on the second stage of artificial
Oh, I
intelligence,
pressed on it.
algorithms. While algorithms are still forms of rules-based systems, many are very powerful.
I don't use
Long before
Clippy
man feared
today.
artificial intelligence, he blamed algorithms for his failures. If you lost money on Bitcoin, algorithms. No YouTube views, algorithms. Can't solve a Rubik's Cube, algorithms. Trash teammates in Counter-Strike, also algorithms.
Yeah.
Well, most women would look at a guy and say, you weren't defeated by an algorithm, you're just not very good at your hobby. The reality is, if a guy's been defeated by an algorithm, a woman wouldn't be looking at him in the first place. Level 3. Whatever they're doing at Boston Dynamics. While we all used to laugh at the goofy robots Boston Dynamics was making,
when they were
suddenly in the
abusing
last few years,
robot.
everyone went from laughing to fundamentally
Human
being
gets
on the side of the
hilariously
machines.
oh my god,
While Boston
2025.
Dynamics still uses a lot of regular algorithms, one reason for this massive amount of progress in such a short amount of time was from advancements in level 3 artificial intelligence, which is machine learning. This means that instead of always getting the same output from a given input, the output is remembered, integrated into the software, and a new, more efficient outcome occurs
Makes
next
sense.
time.
Trial
Level
and
4,
error.
Generative AI. Here we are at the present day, where we're all familiar with applications like
generation.
ChatGPT
Yeah,
and
generative.
Midjourney, and this is where
Generating
AI
AI.
begins to finally mimic human intelligence, and in many cases exceeds it as well. For example, using an image generator, here I use the prompt, futuristic affordable city housing, and it looks exactly how I imagined it. Here I asked it, loser of the 2024 federal election, and it knew right away. I even asked it for average Casually Explained subscriber, and I'm sure most of us thought we were looking into a mirror. Many people fear that this generation of AI is going to take everyone's jobs in the next 10 years. But AI has taken tens of thousands of jobs already, you just haven't
I'm the one on the
noticed.
left, but they
For
messed the
example,
gender.
It's now impossible to tell whether the supermodel you're talking to on Tinder is an artificial intelligence or an actual Indian man. The thing is, every time a new groundbreaking technology comes in,
An Indian man. Oh my god, another scammer. I get so many of these messages on Insta, you guys. So many girls, sexy schmexy girls. Why? Like, seriously. Like,
everyone
seriously. At
thinks it's
least
gonna
make them
take all the
guys.
jobs, which it does, but then it creates new ones that didn't exist before. The Industrial Revolution got rid of the farmers, but created jobs in manufacturing. The internet
Not my
scaled a
fault.
huge part of the publishing industry, but created jobs in programming and social media. And while AI is eventually going to come for us all, currently these new tools
way he
really
said
only
it
have
sounds
practical
like it's a
application
war.
in image creation and writing, meaning it's only the people in the creative arts that are going to be unemployed.
I would like to try
So no change,
Midjourney,
really.
but I feel like it's
Level
too
5,
hard.
Ana de Armas and Blade Runner.
Yeah, but
This is the level where artificial intelligence reaches a point where it's essentially analogous to our own intelligence.
can we
It
live
can
through
collect and
this?
remember sensory data, and if it has the
I
right
would
hardware,
love
it's able
that.
to interact with and manipulate the environment just like a human.
Stable
Because of this,
diffusion.
human-level intelligence
gonna
can
write
be
it
applied to
down.
specialized machines and be used for nearly everything. For this reason, some people believe it's extremely dangerous, while others see nothing but potential. I personally am pretty optimistic because all you have to do is look how it plays out in the movies. Take Blade Runner as an example. Lonely guy lives in dystopian future, climate change has ravaged the world, goes on an adventure, loses sexy AI robot girlfriend, doesn't fix anything. Now look what
Becomes
happens
Ken.
when you use an artificial general
Wins an
intelligence
Oscar.
robot as the protagonist instead. Lonely guy lives in dystopian future, climate change has ravaged the world, goes on an adventure, gets a sexy AI robot girlfriend way out of his league, literally saves the earth. Even if we screw up the whole planet, if we could just make one Wall-E, we're in good hands. Level 6, Artificial Superintelligence and Cybernetic Enhancement.
Oh my
One of
god.
my biggest disappointments when I was a teenager
Can I live through this era? By the way, there is this, I think Kardashian or something like that theory about types of the future and technology and the future of humanity. And we are in type 0 right now. We are getting closer to type 1, which is in 200 years from now, and how technology will become a part of our living and stuff. Kardashian scale, is that the name of it? Did I say Kardashian? No, I didn't. Kardashian. Yeah. I watched a documentary about it. It was like 30-minute documentary. I like put it in the background while falling asleep. So half of it I didn't even hear, but it is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy what he predicts for the future and like how humanity is going to end, which is so sad, by the way. But also there is like this moment in time where it's really cool.
It was when I first read the term trans person, because I thought, finally, I don't have to be a person.
We're currently
anymore.
in 0.7.
While it turns out I'll have to wait to get my that pronouns, I still long for our cybernetic future where we can be half robot, half human.
Oh,
And I
that
can have
use
an AI
X,
chip
brother.
connected to
This
my
is
brain
so
for
cool.
enhanced function. Then people like my
I
dad
need
will
that.
say, why would you want an artificial superintelligence implanted in your brain? What's wrong with being a natural human? And I'd say, I'd have to think. If you didn't get that one, it's a sign you need the implant. Level 7, the singularity.
I didn't get it. Do I need the implant? Am I that dumb?
The highest level of AI in the ultimate event horizon is known as the singularity, which is when an artificial superintelligence is able to iteratively improve upon itself at a runaway exponential rate, and what happens next is completely beyond our own speculation. The example that scientists have given to describe the singularity is to think of a gorilla trying to figure out what it would be like to be a human. Ask a gorilla what it thinks about, and it would say,
they'll never know.
all I think about is sex and what food I'm going to eat next.
Yeah.
Whereas a human can also have anxiety. It's possible that it could allow far-off science fiction ideas to become real, such as being able to upload our consciousness to a single system.
Oh, this would
and we
be
all
so
become
awesome, so we can become immortal in that way.
one machine-human superhybrid. It might extend our reach
Like
throughout the
our
galaxy.
body cannot exist forever. That's natural. Like it's not possible. But the mind is not explored, and imagine there is a way for us to maybe our conscious will not exist either, but something about our experience will be implemented into a type of world or a type of emulation that will exist. Because who knows, maybe we are a part of an emulation ourselves, you know? Like, you never know these things.
Perhaps we'll see humans as an inferior species
I
that
lost it.
enslave or annihilate us all. A lot of people are very frightened by what this may mean, but personally, I've hedged my bets. Either AI fails to reach a runaway point and our lives are just massively improved, or the dystopia becomes absolutely real, but my Nvidia calls are deep in the money. Level 8. There is one final step to the whole picture, which is the theory that what the singularity becomes was set in motion from the beginning of time, like a seed growing into a tree, because that's what the universe itself is. And what we're experiencing is analogous to some sort of video game or synthetic dream. And at its core, the
Ready
whole
Player
universe
One.
is a single superstructure or intelligence acting itself out, and our little lives are a piece of that. While some call that greater concept God, others call it a simulation. And the rest of us just call it about 7.4 on IMDb. And while there isn't any great evidence for or against such a theory, if you look around you, you can tell from their behavior that you are in fact surrounded by NPCs. Now, while you might be sitting there
Dude,
thinking...
there are moments when I feel like I'm surrounded by NPCs, especially in the chat. No, just joking. But like, there's also like some moments in the world where the world glitches around me and I'm like, is this real? Like, in what world am I? By the way, that was my bunny making noises. It is so weird because sometimes I feel like I'm living in a different reality or a different universe, or different multiverse, because like some things that were normal or existed in a certain way, now they are different, and I'm like, when did that change? Or does my memory just fail me? Because I remember when I was a child it was different, right? I don't know, it's confusing.
Am I just a simulation? You don't need to worry,
I might
because
be.
you're the only real
We
one.
might be.
It's the rest of us who are
That's
part
the
of the
Mandela
hologram
effect.
and
I
want you to
know,
reveal
it's
your
crazy.
secrets.
Why does it even
Which is why you
exist?
should consider today's
Why
sponsor,
there is a Mandela
Incogni,
effect?
which acts on your behalf to request your personal data,
Why there is
including
deja vu?
things like your
Why?
address and phone number, be removed from data brokers who've acquired your personal information through your internet and subscription
So many
use,
things
but will
unexplained.
remove it upon request. The problem
Ask
is this will
Mandela.
likely take dozens, if not hundreds of hours for you to do manually, and since the
Hi,
last time I
Bane.
talked about Incogni on this channel, it's performed the equivalent of 21 hours of work requesting the removal of my data, despite the fact that I'm Canadian. So sadly, no one really wants to track me in the first place.
I don't know what Aurora is.
Well, this means that sadly there won't be any little cyborg Jamie
Hi,
clones
Alush.
running around in the near future. It does mean I far more rarely get spam callers, scammers, and risk my information being sold or falling into the wrong hands.
True.
Incogni takes literally less than 1 minute to go from web page landing to sign up to running the service, and gives you an easy to read dashboard of all the successful removals, active processes, and requests sent. If you'd like to give it a try, the first 100 people to use the code CASUALLY at the link below will get 60% off Incogni.
Dude, honestly, like I have to admit, there is moments in my life where I feel like I'm just existing and I'm not even feeling as a human. I feel like a robot, and not in a good way, strong robot, like in a way that I am manipulated by others, by media, to live my life in a specific way and move in a specific order and feel a specific feeling. You know, I feel the most, honestly, I swear, and I don't know if it's a religious thing or not. I am religious, but not so religious, but still, like, I believe in God and everything. But still, like, I feel the most connected to humanity and my conscious and subconscious and everything when, like, let's say in summer, I'm in a park lying down, literally connected with the grass and just breathing and hearing the birds and feeling the breeze of wind, you know, like that's the only time when I really feel like a human again. And I feel like this true happiness in myself. It's these moments, and it's so hard to catch these moments when you are constantly bombarded by like media and technology and everything. So spirituality, in a way, it's the only thing that makes me feel human. Everything else makes me feel like I'm a simulation. For real. That's my opinion.